And we're back for another Lakers snack pack. It's Gerald Glassford. How you doing tonight? It's just truly great to be here. Exciting times indeed. It is the NBA. It is Game 6, an all-important Game 6 for the Los Angeles Lakers as they face off against the Golden State Warriors tonight at 7 o'clock. We have just scheduled it for playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. Looking forward to everybody being there to join in on the fun with us tonight. Of course, we are looking forward to it indeed. Great to have you here, everybody who's going to be checking in just for a few minutes as we go ahead and provide a preview for tonight's game. Of course, the Lakers go into the game leading 3-2, still with a decided advantage over the Golden State Warriors as they head home to the crypt tonight. Looking forward to seeing a great matchup. Anthony Davis, who has been the topic of concern after taking that head injury. The news on Anthony Davis is that barring any unforeseen problems or trouble, when he warms up, and he's already been warming up as we speak, he was actually already out on the floor earlier. Looks like he's a go for Game 6. Jim House says, let's go. Daniel Barry says, let's go. What's up, guys? Truly appreciate everyone being here tonight. We're excited. We're nervous, but we can get this thing done tonight. Looking forward to going ahead and moving on after a victory tonight. I feel confident that the Lakers can get this done in Game 6. I know the Warriors are everybody's hot choice right now to go ahead and beat the Lakers in 7 games. But you know what? I'm still holding out a strong belief that the Lakers will get everything done tonight and they'll get everything taken care of and move on to face off against Denver in the next round, the conference finals. So we'll go ahead and take care of that hopefully here in a few days. But again, got to go ahead and make sure we get the first step taken care of, and that is tonight. Tonight, we are going to hopefully end the Golden State Warriors dynasty. Absolutely, Daniel. If that's the case, that would be a great way to end it on the floor of the crypt. Don't want to try and stretch this thing out to have it go ahead for another game in Golden State, and that would be very bad indeed. We see what happens with Philadelphia, who has stretched that out to a 7th game in Boston, and now they've got a whole bunch of trouble heading up to them. I'm going to go ahead and say right now that we need to go ahead and get this thing done. Looking forward to a great game tonight. Update on Andrew Wiggins. Nothing really definitive as of yet. They're still going to test him out to see. He's still listed as questionable. I'm expecting him to play unless I hear otherwise. I think it's such an important game. You got to have him in there if you're the Golden State Warriors. So I'm not expecting anything different. When it comes to, of course, what I said with Anthony Davis, I expect him to be a go. Hopefully he will have shaken out the cobwebs per se and be able to go ahead for a full great game. I did say last night on our Game 6 preview that it's part of NBA observations that I thought that Anthony Davis was going to be, a good part of the game, but I thought LeBron James, it's now time for him to step up. It's now time for one last, or well, hopefully not last, but one more LeBron James superstar game. We need a superstar game from him. We need to go ahead and shut this thing down as far as get this thing closed out to move on. Denver has now completed their series and is now flown home. Actually, they were at home. Sorry. No, they were actually in Phoenix. You're right. Phoenix. Then they went to home. They're now at home in Denver, waiting for the Warriors, waiting for the Lakers, waiting for whoever wins this series. And you know what? Any time that you extend the series, it's just extra days onto the lack of rest that you need to give LeBron and AD. So LeBron and AD need to get this thing done now, need to get this thing done right away. So I'm looking forward to a great game tonight. Remember, it is on playback with us, playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. That's playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. We're going to go ahead and have the guys there. We're looking forward to a great game. Always opinionated, and it's uncut and unfiltered per se when you go ahead and join us on playback. So if you want to hear Joe and Sean in a more or a less refined environment, go ahead and check it out today when we go up tonight. Playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break here in less than an hour. Looking forward to tonight's game. But again, some of the keys, LeBron really has to set it up. Jim House says you need big games from Austin, Rui, D'Lo, or 2 of them anyways, plus AD locked in on D. LBJ has to drive and not settle for threes. AD has to try and get back and stay in the lane as much as possible. He's been driven out of the lane these past couple games. And I think one of the big statistics that you could take from these past couple games is that Anthony Davis has 0 blocks. And that's got to be troubling if you're the Los Angeles Lakers, because that means that they've been able to consistently drive him out of the lane, get him out of the lane, and been able to go ahead and still get a lot of points in the paint. And that's not good for a recipe for the Los Angeles Lakers if that's the case. As far as the supporting cast, absolutely, Jim. Absolutely, Daniel. We got to have great performances today. Daniel says Lonnie is coming up big again. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe that was the one game that he could give you. Maybe a little bit tinkering might be needed by Darvin Ham. We'll see if Lonnie can give you that one more big game as far as 12, 15, 17 points from him. Can Rui get it, muster up? He's been, his whole career has been based off inconsistency, and he was his most consistent for the past 6 weeks since he got traded from the Washington Wizards. He did have that DMP, but he came back strong for the Lakers ever since then. He was playing well up until the past couple games. He's not really had much of a presence or an imprint on the game. So I'm hoping that he can give you some timely shooting, 12 to 15 points. Let's get Schroeder some credit. He's been playing hard and running around those screens for 5 games now. So I'm hoping he'll still have enough energy to get you 15 to 17 points. And of course, the starting backcourt of D'Lo and Austin Reeves, they have to give you something on both ends of the floor, a little bit more than they did, obviously, in the last game. They didn't do that terribly, but they obviously didn't do enough to get everything going. So, yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing better performances from the role players. When it goes back to the home arena, you're usually more apt to get better performances from the rotation players. So I'm looking forward to that. Really looking forward to seeing a great performance from the Lakers today. I have belief that they will close it out. The time and need to do so is now, because not only do you not want to go ahead and send it back to Golden State for game 7 and possibly a chance to lose this series. Obviously, the fact, again, that Denver has closed out their series and they're now resting at home in Denver. So obviously you want to go ahead and try and get to Denver and the conference finals as soon as possible. So Daniel says bubble finals. We'll wait and see. I don't know if that's going to be the case. Boston and Philadelphia, they still have their game 7 heading back to Boston. Philadelphia had a great chance to win and unfortunately could not get it done, choking in that last 5 minutes. You saw how well that Boston scored in those last few minutes. Right now, the Heat lead by 2 in the third quarter. That's going back and forth between them and the Knicks. Really a fight there, and you know that the Knicks are not going to give up without a fight. So looking forward to rest of the game there. But again, we're more focused on the 7 p.m. game tonight between the Lakers and the Warriors. Hopefully you will join us. Playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. Would really love for you guys and gals to show up and be part of what we're doing there at Playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. It would be awesome. Get to hear all the gang. I know I'm going to be there for the second half. I know Stone Hansen says he's going to try and be there for the second half. I'm going to see if LakerNic and Joe Soro will be there for the first half and all game long. Obviously, Joe Soro being there, being unfiltered and uncut, is a great part of what we do at playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break, and obviously Magic Man Sean Grice as well. So looking forward to the guys being there, and also as well everybody being a part of our post game, after the game, the best post game in town right here at the Lakers Fast Break. No news yet on Andrew Wiggins. Hopefully we will hear more leading into the game. It looks like they have to go ahead and let you know what his status is just before the game anyways. But Anthony Davis, according to Darvin Ham, should be available. Looks like he's a go. I know that's a great thing for Lakers fans. Hopefully he should be able to be playing at a high level. And obviously if we can get him to play the kind of defense he's been playing for most of the playoffs, that's obviously key to the Lakers winning this game tonight. But again, I'm expecting a big game from LeBron. I think LeBron has to now take this game and the series under his control. At least give us the kind of game, go a little bit of a throwback game. We need to see a little bit of that in order to go ahead and get this thing done tonight. Otherwise, we need a lot of the rotation players to step up. We need about 3 or 4, like Jim Howe was saying, three or four of these rotation players to step up as well to see if we can get some clutch baskets, a little bit better outside shooting. I know that's something that's a problem for us as far as the consistency there. Jim House says, I hear Wiggins' ribs are very sore. It should affect his shot and his rebounding. You're right. It happened late in the game with a shot from with LeBron. It was purely a basketball play, but you're right. You know, even if that's the case, Wiggins is his the area around the ribs. If you got a chance, check out the last night's show where actually Sean, the Magic Man that he is, he actually was able to describe the actual injury in detail and how it affects the individual involved. Because it's not exactly the ribs; it's the area surrounding the ribs that's actually in question. That's actually broken. So actually, hopefully, you know, it sounds like he's going to try and give it a go better than DeAndre Ayton did. So let's hopefully we can get if that's the case, like you said, Jim, if that's the case and he does play, let's hope we could try and maybe get in some matchups, test him early, see how he is, see how he's functioning. If he's not able to go at that speed that he was in Game 5, then maybe we can exploit that for some weaknesses. You know, it's a hard league, an NBA league. What can he do? But you got to go ahead and exploit any matchup that you can get. But definitely looking forward to seeing if LeBron can go ahead once again and give us a big game. Also, as well, looking forward to seeing if AD can go ahead and man the middle and actually get more time in the paint, because more time in the paint for AD means a lot more chances and opportunities for the Lakers to get out on the break and obviously get to the foul line as well. And that's something that's been a key. I know that the Golden State Warriors have been crying and moaning and groaning about the flopping, and I know that it affected the way the refs called it in Game 5. I think that the Lakers pushing back on that in last night and the previous day. I think that hopefully will mean a trend back to where it should be, because the Lakers are, for the most part, are usually the more aggressive team, and if the more aggressive team is going to the line more, that's reflective of how it should be. Because again, if the statuses with free throws that are like virtually even, that's not going to help the Lakers at all. The Lakers have to have a decided advantage on the transition break, and also as well, they need to have a decided advantage at the free throw line as well, because you know Golden State is going to be putting up those threes. They also have to get back on transition, the Lakers do. The transition defense has to be better, has to be a little bit more refined, has to be a little bit smarter how they go ahead and pick up guys. There has been defensive lapses over the course of the past couple games that I've not liked. So they got to go ahead and communicate who gets where in that offense, created and initiated by Stephen Curry. Make Stephen Curry work. Maybe you want to show traps. Maybe you want to just go ahead and make it more difficult. Throw something different, maybe that's might be possible, might be needed. Because again, you don't want Curry going off for a great game. You want Curry to be having to work for everything he needs to get, because he does get tired too, as we saw in Game 4. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the Lakers can go ahead and do tonight to go ahead and make life more difficult for Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors tonight. I'm really looking forward for a Lakers win. I think they can do it. I believe they can do it. I really think that they can do it tonight. I really think that they can close it out, because again, you're going to have a motivated LeBron. You're going to have an AD who's really pissed off after getting hit in the head. That was not cool. I know if I got hit in the head, or when I've gotten hit in the head, and it's when I played in the basketball court, I know I've been motivated to go ahead and take it out on the other team as far as trying to do my best. So hopefully they can go ahead and do that. Plus, Darvin Ham needs to scheme more as far as being allowing AD more time in the paint. He cannot continually get himself caught out on those pick and rolls where he's finding himself too far away from the basket, and that's really getting the Lakers defense out of whack. Plus, we've got to find a little bit better and more happy medium when AD is out of the game. We have to find a way to go ahead, at least stay even with the Golden State Warriors during that period of time, and not lose so much ground to the Golden State Warriors when AD is out of the game. And that's going to be crucial indeed. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing a great game tonight. Salute to you, Blue Magic, Jim Howe, Daniel, everybody that's watching now. Truly appreciate it. Don't forget, again, as I'm trying to go ahead and give another plug for tonight, it is playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. Jim House says Vando chases Steph like a champ, but Jared can't buy a bucket on those wide open corner threes. He needs to make them tonight. Well, Jim, that's the thing where Vando, they're exploiting on the other end Vando's ineptness. I love Vando, great hustle, obviously a great defender, but his issues offensively and the fact that he's not able to finish, he's not able to take the ball strong to the basket, and the fact that he's not able to shoot consistently well from threes is a problem. It is an absolute problem. And look who's here also to help me out. It is a good man indeed. He is going to be part of our playback.tv/Lakers fast break coverage. It is LakerNic and LakerNic. Great to have you here, my friend. I really want to eat those breakfast burritos, my friend. Looking forward to hopefully having it tomorrow morning on Lakers weekend.
Yeah, Gerald. Hopefully the Lakers are able to close it out tonight. Hopefully they're extra motivated after that last game. Although they did show some fight, I would say through the first half. They just ran out of steam. So hopefully we see a positive performance from all the starters and we're able to close it out.
Absolutely. And one thing Jim is asking is about that. Vando chases Steph around those screens like Schroeder does really well, but it's so hard to keep Vanderbilt in the lineup because as Philadelphia is learning, obviously as well with PJ Tucker, when you have those defensive minded individuals who are very limited on the offensive end, those guys get exploited in a playoff format. It's just really hard to keep them out there because they become really a target for the offense.
That's right, Gerald. I mean, to state the obvious, this hasn't been Vando's series. I think he's definitely tried and he's put some effort forward, but definitely his offensive deficiencies have just been exploited throughout the Warriors games, and it's difficult to keep him in the lineup. I think that's why we find ourselves deep in the third quarter, and Vando has only played maybe 7 minutes at that point
Mhm.
and he's pulled out. So it's difficult to keep him in the rotation. Hopefully, he's able to, be somewhat efficient offensively. But again, he's a defensive dog, and that's why we want him there.
Just wanted to give everybody an official update for tonight's game. LeBron James and Anthony Davis are good to go for tonight's game, but so is Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins, according to Chris B. Haynes, is actually ready to go for tonight. He is going to be playing in tonight's game. So anybody who was hoping for Andrew Wiggins to be out, unfortunately, is not going to get it. But the Laker Nick, let me ask you this: when it comes to Andrew Wiggins, Jim mentioned it in the chat already as far as a possible weakness. If he has a rib issue or somewhere around the ribs, as Magic Man was talking about last night, if it constricts him in any way, especially guarding LeBron, who was actually the individual that got, that the reason why he got hurt in the first place, is that going to be something where the Lakers can take advantage?
Yep, hopefully, Gerald. Hopefully, Andrew Wiggins definitely over the last couple years or so has certainly made strides defensively, and I have to admit that definitely in some sequences he's extremely effective at guarding LeBron. I think Andrew Wiggins is actually stronger than what he looks. He's a player that even though he has a wiry frame, he does have strength and he's able to lock in his feet and hold his own. And so, yeah, if he's dealing with a physical issue, definitely by all means exploit it and take advantage of it.
Well, I'm telling you what, right now, I'm hoping that that's going to be the case where, again, like I said, Laker Nick, LeBron James has to go back in the Wayback Machine. He has to go back into retro LeBron, even if it's from the bubble LeBron or even if it's from 2021 LeBron. He has to give you a game tonight. I think that's really going to be special. He has not been able to give you an outstanding scoring game. I think as high as like 27, I think, or something in the playoffs so far. It's not a huge game like you're asking for or like you used to seeing from LeBron. I think that if any time at all that we need LeBron to go ahead and give you that kind of outstanding game that he can still, I believe, give you, I think tonight has to be it.
Yep, that's right, Gerald. And as far as not just LeBron scoring, I really do hope and wish that he's just better at distributing the ball tonight. I think in the last game, he only had like one assist through the majority of like two, almost three quarters. I think he ended the last game with maybe 3 assists, if that. So it was a very unusual game from a passing standpoint. And hopefully, LeBron is able to pass the ball better, limit turnovers. We know he handles the ball, and he's more or less the de facto point guard. Once play starts, but hopefully he limits turnovers and makes the right decisions. No more rush threes from the half court line and all that.
Absolutely. That's something I hope he minimizes is the poor choice on shot selection and keep trying to chuck up threes. He was shooting well in the first half of the last game. Hopefully that will bleed over as far as a good game tonight. One thing I think the Lakers need to do is, with Golden State, they can easily get caught with a lot of turnovers, which can create transition, which can create easy baskets or trips to the free throw line, which is something the Lakers need to dominate once again. One of the key factors on why they lost in the last game was the fact that they were dead even or virtually dead even on the free throws. So, your thoughts on what the Lakers need to do to create those opportunities and those advantages that help make them, or at least will help give them a great chance of winning tonight?
Yeah, Gerald. We just finished talking about LeBron, and I think obviously LeBron is a generational talent, but he's also, going on 40 years old. So, we could only expect so much. I still think, like we all do, that he's doing extraordinary things given his age and the mileage that he has on his legs and his joints and all that. But I remain convinced that the key, not just to this game, but to this entire season and any hopes we may have for a championship rests on AD. If AD is plugged in, and I'm not just saying offensively, but from a defensive standpoint, if AD is down there rebounding, competing with Looney, blocking shots, and all that, I think the Lakers should close it out tonight. And so for me, AD is the key, and feed him in the paint, take advantage of any free throws, and hopefully it's over tonight.
One of the things, though, them feeding in the paint has been really high up in the key, giving him shots for around 10 to 12 feet, just barely in his range as far as consistent hitting consistently, and sometimes not. One of the things I'd like to see them do more is a lot more pick and roll action and get him going downhill to the basket, or maybe even eligible for lobs, which is something we haven't seen too much in this series. Is lobs for AD, something that actually Schroeder and AD did well during the regular season.
Yeah, yeah, Gerald. I'm not sure exactly if that's just a you know kind of him not pushing for that type of offense at this point, or if it's just AD not feeling physically comfortable receiving the ball deeper in the paint. But definitely, that's something that I think they should improve. Along with that, I hope that folks in the backcourt like D'Angelo Russell and Reeves are able to show effort defensively. I know that Reeves has made strides in that department. Hopefully, D'Angelo Russell is able to at least show, genuine effort on that end. I obviously can't expect them to turn into, like a Drew Holiday, for example, but hopefully we see some defensive commitment from the folks playing in the backcourt.
Well, also as well, you got to consider foul trouble, as Gary A has mentioned. When it comes to the foul trouble, indeed, that's something that obviously the Lakers have to try and avoid. But if they can get aggressive and they can get to the free throw line, Laker Nick, and you can get a Draymond Green or Kevon Looney in foul trouble, that could be the key to opening up a lot of things inside straight to the basket.
No, that's right, Gerald. I felt that we could definitely exploit more of Draymond Green's weaknesses. I think we could do better in getting him in foul trouble, taking advantage of his short fuse and his bombastic attitude. I think that's something that the Lakers have missed in doing so over the last couple of games. And so
This has been a
hopefully,
very
yeah,
polite series.
it has been generally polite. Although we did see, I think, Draymond Green at one point in the last game, I think he did snarl or kind of chirp a little bit at AD. But other than that, I think it's been a very cordial series. That's right.
Yeah. And that's something I'm kind of disappointed in. Although, he has barked and they have barked about the Lakers flopping, but also as well about about Austin Reeves and the way he goes and manipulates the offense and tries to get those foul calls.
That's right, Gerald. It seems like you're missing Dylan Brooks. Is that right, Gerald? Is that right?
I'm missing something that will get the Lakers fire. I really think so, LakerNic. I really think
Mhm.
that they've been smart in not calling out the Lakers or calling them old or calling them doing anything to talk some real smack. I mean, they've been complaining about the calls as every losing team does. As far as when you lose, you always complain why that happens. That's typical. But what I'm really thinking that there's just no real smack talk. I think that's driven the Lakers like it did so much in the Memphis series.
No, yeah, Gerald, it seems like it's a bit of a you have two generational legendary talents on both ends. One being Steph Curry, I have to admit that, and also LeBron James. I think both players have a deep respect for each other. We know that Draymond Green tends to praise LeBron a lot in his social media and his podcast. So there's that level of respect there that probably makes it a bit awkward for players on both ends to kind of show a bit of a fight or disrespect.
I'll tell you what, Laker Nick, it's been great having you here, my friend. Your insight, your thoughts, and I know you're going to be a great part tonight of the playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break live watch party. Any last thoughts or keys, what you're looking for? I think the rotation guys, as was mentioned by Jim Howe earlier, are going to be key. When they come home, the rotation guys play better typically, and that's what I think we're going to need tonight to get it done.
Yeah, Gerald. Hopefully, I assume Lonnie Walker will remain a key part of the rotation. He played 28 minutes in the last game. He didn't have a great game. That said, a lot of Lakers didn't have a great game. So hopefully, he's able to step it up. Hopefully, we have Hachimura doing some better things off the bench. We know that his play has been a bit underwhelming during this series. Hopefully, he's able to step it up at home. But yeah, the role players have a big task ahead of them. But again, it rests on the shoulders of AD. Hopefully, the supporting cast is able to surround him and feed him adequately, and we're talking about a Lakers winning the series in 6 instead of 7.
Absolutely. And that's what I think is going to happen tonight, Laker Nick. I think the Lakers are going to come out motivated. I really think they're going to get the job done. I'm looking forward to hopefully eating those burritos tomorrow on Lakers weekend that Magic Man is going to set up for us. I'm hoping we're going to have to do that because that's what we promised already. Looking forward to hopefully getting that done. I know that there's still a very much of a fear, or I'd not say a fear, but let's say an angst in regards to what Steph Curry might be able to do and what the Golden State Warriors can still do because they're so deadly from the outside at times when they're hot shooting. But you know what? I think the Lakers will find a way to get it done. They found a way 3 times so far to get it done against the Golden State Warriors, and I think they're going to get it done one more time tonight at home in the crypt. I really think that they can go ahead and advance. I'm looking forward to a great game tonight in the crypt. So, yep.
Yep, no, it sounds great, Gerald. Yep, I agree with you. And yeah, go Lakers. Hopefully, it's not a stressful win, but that's probably wishful thinking. We're probably looking at a dogfight of a game, probably a close game throughout the entire 4 quarters. But again, I believe in this team. I think this team has a lot of heart, and yeah, hopefully we're celebrating a win in a couple hours.
Yep, and hopefully, Raul, we'll be celebrating with the roasted pig tonight on the show. That'll be great to see. But Laker Nick, you're awesome as always, my friend. Great to have you here. Also, everybody in the chat, truly appreciate it. Once again, please join Laker Nick and myself tonight, along with Joe Soro, Magic Man Sean Grice. Also, as well, in the second half, I know Stone Hansen as well is going to stop by as well for our playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. That's playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break live watch party. If you can't join us there, please also join us for the post game. Our world famous post game where we'll break everything down for you. Go ahead and join us there. Both places, it's always appreciated. But Nick, just been awesome having you here, my friend. What's your final score for the game? What's your final score?
My final score is Lakers 117, Warriors 114.
Okay, that's good. That's a close one. That's going to be a barn burner. I'm looking for something a little bit more definitive, like maybe the Lakers 120 to, I'd say maybe 108, 110. Hopefully a good enough win so you can actually sit LeBron and AD down for a minute or two. That would be great because that would hopefully mean that they can start preparing for Denver. But we'll wait and see. It is Laker Nick. Go ahead and check it out today. Playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break and myself as well. Again, we've got put it right there in the chat. Playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. Go ahead and join us tonight for all the fun, all the unfiltered talk, all the unfiltered action. Looking forward to it, and then also the post game as well. So for Laker Nick, this is Gerald Glassford. Thanks so much for watching and listening. It is a Laker snack pack. Glad you enjoyed it. And one last thing, go Lakers. Have a great evening and enjoy the game. Go Lakers.